What is SVT? What is it? So what is SVT? Let's find out. Okay guys, on a serious note, what is SVT? SVT is a disorder of the heart. Alright? It's an electrical disorder. So, you know how some people can, you know how some people have blocked arteries, or they have heart attacks because of blocked arteries? That's the plumbing of the heart, okay? SVT has to do with the electrical of the heart. The electrical of the heart has to do with the beating, how many beats the heart beats, how fast it goes, how slow it goes, extra beats, you know, stuff like that. That is the electrical part of the heart. That comes from the SA node, from the top of the heart. Now, from my understanding, the top of the heart from the SA node will send a signal, a beat, which it normally does. But with SVT, what happens is we have an extra pathway on our heart. We have a pathway that sometimes the electrical signal gets caught in a loop in. So instead of the top of the heart beating and going to the bottom, what's happening is the heart is beating from the top, it's going down, but then it's getting stuck in this loop. So it's causing the heart, it's like an extra roadway, like a how do you call that, a second lane, so you could pass somebody, right? Think of it like that. Now I'm 27 right now. I've been living with SVT since I was 18 years old. My first SVT attack happened when I went over this hill. And you know when you go over a hill, sometimes you get that feeling in your belly, that uneasy feeling. Well, I got that, and then after that I got the sudden onrush of a really extremely fast heart rate. I thought I was having anxiety, because I did have anxiety back then. So I went home and it still didn't stop. So I thought, okay, well, if my heart's going this fast, I may as well give it a reason to go that fast. So I started running up and down my stairs. Still didn't stop. I can't remember now what I did. I think I went to sleep and I woke up and it was okay. But I waited till I was 22 years old before I decided to go to the hospital while I was having an SVT attack. And I finally got it diagnosed on an ECG machine. After that day, I was offered an ablation or medication. Medication, guys, doesn't solve anything, okay? Medication, it's gonna help, but medication solves one problem and it creates another. Medication is hard on your system. We're not genetically modified to be taking medication for the rest of our lives, because they're hard on our liver, they're hard on our digestive systems, they're hard on everything. And that's just a route I didn't want to go. And with somebody with anxiety and somebody with SVT, I wouldn't even take Tylenol, because the acetaminophen in it, the acetaminophen inside of the Tylenol, which is like almost like an adrenaline type of thing inside of the Tylenol, which is why I didn't use it. I didn't use that. I didn't use those things that people use when they're stuffed up with colds that they spray in their nose, because that also has it. I didn't use anything. And you get to a point in life where it's either I could have did the ablation or I could have did the medication, and medication just wasn't in my books right now at the moment. So I decided to opt for the ablation at 22 years old. I met with the people for London, Ontario, which was the best place to go, other than Ottawa. So I decided to go to London. They're the closest to me. Now, at 22 years old, I was so freaked out about heart surgery that I didn't go. And then come 23 or 24, when it started bugging me more, because the longer you have SVT, the more you're going to get it. You know, it's not going to get better, it's going to get worse. And when I was 23, 24, it was pretty bad, so I booked it again. And I didn't go. And then I think I booked it 3 or 4 times. It was either the third or the fourth time that when I called to book it, they didn't want to book it. And there was nothing that I could really do but plead with them that, you know, I was at a point in my life where I was just getting up and going to sit on the chair because I didn't want to move. My heart was really, really acting up. And it was really, really acting up. I didn't do anything. I literally sat in a chair for 4 months because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't walk around. My heart would act up. I couldn't do anything. I'd get up, it'd go really fast. Not SVT fast, just really fast. It was acting really weird. And then it was really scary. So I pleaded with them until they said, okay, write us a letter saying their intent to come. And this is the last time, pretty much. So I made the letter of my intent to go. I sent it out. They approved it, thank God. And not only did I beat that part of my anxiety for SVT, but I got on a plane, and I've never been on a plane. And with my heart issue and everything else, thank God I had Ativan. I've never taken like I said, I didn't take Tylenol, I didn't take other medication with the SVT, but when I was going, I had no choice. I had to take the Ativan, otherwise I wouldn't have went to this operation again. So I took the Ativan. Believe me, guys, if you are afraid to take the Ativan, I'm the biggest pill freak that I do not like taking medication, and I took the Ativan. Once I took the Ativan, boom, it's not like you're drugged up and you're doped up. It's just you're mellow, you're calm. There's no overreacting. You don't get that sudden adrenaline rush feeling. And you know what? You feel normal. I felt normal. Like I got emotional before I got on the plane because I was still scared, but my body wasn't telling me to run. My body wasn't, it was just staying calm. So you're gonna feel normal. Take the Ativan if you get the choice. Do the operation. If you have a good place to go, do the operation. Don't go to a low-cut place that they do it 5 times, 10 times a year. Go to a place where they're doing it constantly 24/7. That is their job. When they wake up in the morning and they go to bed at night, is to deal with SVT, do ablations. Don't just go to a second-rate hospital that does it just as like when they can get them, pretty much. Don't do that. But go and get the ablation. It was the best decision I made in my life. You know how people like us with SVT, we can't jump. We can't, we go to the gym, we're doing pull-ups. We can't just let go of the bar and hop and let our bodies drop down because, wow, that's going to put us into SVT. We have to let go with one hand, take it easy, let go, take breaths. That sucks. After the ablation, it's amazing. It's like you're a whole new person. You don't feel your heart anymore. I can't explain it. Just get the ablation. Just do it. Do it for yourself and do it for your family. I did it for my kids because I was in a really bad situation, and I did it for myself, and I did it for my wife, because I knew it was the right time. Now, you're probably going to be just like me. You're probably going to book it and not do it a couple of times, but eventually you're going to have to do it because you're going to get to the point where I was. Hopefully, to the people that do have the balls to do it without having to rebook it, congratulations to you, because you're not going to get to the point that I had to get to decide that I wanted to get it done. My heart's been nice and sound. The doctor told me I can go run a Boston Marathon if I want to. I was having some issues of not SVT issues, just some skipped heartbeats, but everybody gets those. And trust me when I say they're not scary. Not when it's either like you and I, where we have SVT. Nothing with the heart will be scary compared to that. So a skip beat is not hard at all. But get the ablation. If you do get the choice, get the ablation. I don't believe in medication. I think it's there for a temporary use, which I'm totally okay with. But for a lifetime decision, do not do it, because it's not worth it to your body in the end. It might take 10, 15, 20, 30 years, but over time your organs will begin to shut down. Medication is not meant to be taken that long, or you'll have to go on other drugs because your body gets used to them. Don't take the medication. I know there's cardiologists out there who want to take medication over the ablation, but these types of cardiologists, they don't get what we go through every day. They don't understand. They just, boom, here's the medication. And you know what? When I was 18 years old until I was 22 and got it diagnosed, they told me it was anxiety. And that's all that doctors, that's all they do, is they just run to anxiety. It's anxiety, it's anxiety, it's anxiety, it's anxiety. Finally, my family physician, I told him my symptoms, and boom, he told me SVT. And I started researching it, and there were all the symptoms. So thank you to my family doctor, because without him, I wouldn't have even known a basis of what it would have been. But this cardiologist, tests are fine. Anxiety, anxiety, anxiety. You cardiologists need to learn to listen, because although 80% of the people, may have anxiety, People that come in and say their heart and that's going fast, they know what they're talking about. Let me tell you, when I go into SVT, I know when I'm in SVT. I had a doctor tell me a couple months ago that, oh, you're not in SVT. Or no, that you are in SVT. No, I wasn't, I told him. I said, no, I'm not in SVT. My heart was going about 150. He's like, yes, you are. I said, no, I'm not. I was having a panic attack. Now, doctors got, you know, it's just crazy because when they think something's wrong, nothing's wrong. When you think something's wrong, there is something wrong, but they don't think something's wrong. They think you have anxiety. It's wrong. It's wrong for doctors to jump on anxiety so fast and so easy. It's not right by any means. So, that is my story with SVT. About the procedure, I'm more scared right now to go to a dentist procedure and have a filling done than I am to go back and have this ablation. I would go back for this ablation any day. I know they tell you that you need to stay awake. Not true. As soon as I went in for the ablation, I was panicking, obviously. Excuse me, I didn't know what was going on, so I was panicking. They gave me drugs. The drugs weren't working. I just, to relax me, but they weren't working. I just said I kept feeling it, you know. And finally the doctor said put him to sleep. So they put you to sleep. Trust me, if you're panicking, they're going to put you to sleep. And he even told me that it doesn't matter if you're asleep or awake. Your heart will react to the drugs, the adrenaline that they're shooting you with to get the SVT going. It's not going to happen any lesser anymore. As soon as I was asleep, I was awake an hour and a half later out of the surgery, where it's supposed to take anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. I was awake after an hour and a half because my SVT went boom like that. It set off so easily. So that's my story with SVT. I know there's a lot of stories on YouTube, a lot of people telling their stories, but nobody really goes into too much depth, and they don't do follow-ups. Believe me, I had the ablation in January. We're now June. So I'm about 6 months after. Guys, I've been doing MMA, I've been doing the gym, I've been doing everyday life activities that I've never ever thought I could be doing. I'm drinking coffee. Think about that. Coffee. I haven't drinking coffee since I was 17 years old. I'm drinking coffee. I'm drinking pop. You know, I don't know if you're like me, but my SVT got so bad that my body was so sensitive to food, grease, anything like that. Grease, food, anything like that, pizza. And then I'd start getting like the flutters, like, you know, the sensation when you gotta jump forward, like you're about to go into SVT. I would get those after eating food. If I was too full, if, you know, jumping into cold water, just stuff like that. Always precautious of SVT. And my body was really sensitive near the end. I couldn't do a thing. I'd wake up in the morning, my heart would be going 100 beats a minute. Not in SVT, but just fast. And I didn't understand why it was doing that now, because that wasn't SVT, you know, it was just going fast. And that's one of the later symptoms that I started to get towards, you know, being 26 and 27 years old. So that wasn't normal to me. I thought my heart was, you know, done for, because I didn't think that was SVT. I thought that was another problem. But after the ablation, it doesn't happen no more. My heart's quiet, my heart's sound. Like I said, I get the hiccup. I get the, it's like I think they're called PVCs. Which is like it'll stop for a second and then reset and then beat again. But I don't get them often, and they're not scary. Everybody in the world gets them. Just some people that are more aware of their hearts feel them more. So if you guys get a chance to please listen to this video, please get the ablation. And for everybody else that follows me on my daily vlogging, this video is meant for people with supra-ventricular tachycardia, but to anybody else that follows my daily life, go ahead and watch it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Really be helpful if you could hit that like button if it helps you somewhat, and subscribe if you have not already subscribed to the channel. I do daily videos, daily vlogging, daily workout routines. I'm going to be going to school for medicine. You know, just stuff like that. Daily vlogs. That's it. Alright. So today won't be a workout vlogging type of day, but today is kind of just an in-depth view of what my SVT was like and hopefully I can help people relate with how I am going through. If you have any comments at all, comment on the section below. You can add me to Facebook. You can message me on Facebook, Chris LaMarche. And that's it. All right. Thanks, guys. Later.